What's going on, everybody? This is Wilson for Wilson's Gaming. Today I am going to review for you Resident Evil 2 Remake, and the footage that you're seeing is from me, from my live stream that I did when I first started up the game. I completed the game as Claire Redfield. I earned the C grade. That's pretty much not good of a run. I took my time with it though. But you can play Leon S. Kennedy as well, so you can play two characters, one or the other to start off with, and then you have the chance to play the other perspective or the other character that you did not play as. And when you do that, you get to experience the story in a different way. You might get to see a different ending. I'm not too sure about that. From what you see in the game right now, it is in third person and is very similar to that of Resident Evil 4. Matter of fact, this game borrows a lot of elements from the best moments of the Resident Evil series as a whole. And one, it definitely provides tension. It really brings back the survival horror aspects where you need to make sure that you're not getting hurt, that you have enough medicines and herbs to heal your character. You gotta have enough ammunition for your guns. Sometimes you might need to find a better gun, and you have to earn that gun that you want in the form of solving puzzles. It's a pretty crazy game, and it really pays homage to what has come before in the early days. And there are certain events and puzzles that also pay homage to the puzzles from Resident Evil games. Most noticeably, a lot of the puzzles remind me of the puzzles from Code Veronica through my playthrough with Claire Redfield. And Claire Redfield was the main character of that game as well. So that was a surprise, and it actually felt pretty good to revisit some beats and moments from that game. The zombies, yes, you just seen a zombie on your screen right now. Zombies are fantastic, the best zombies ever. And if Capcom can make them even more scarier in their next games, that'll be awesome. I mean, they really nailed it with this. And I mean, they walk slow, but you're in tight corridors, you know what I mean? So they can shamble right up on you really fast and, grab you and reach you, bite your neck off. And there are other creatures in the game, and they're frightening as all hell too as well. But the game does fall victim to trial and error. And this game does provide a lot of immersion, but the trial and error does get in the way, and it makes it feel more like a game. Even though it is a game, but it feels gamey. There's some linearness to these aspects. One example was I was in a room, and there was this creature digging at the ceiling, and there was fire erupting in certain areas from canisters, and there's no way to get out. You were trapped, and it felt linear, and there were some instant fails. I died like 3 or 4 times until I used trial and error to get out. There was another moment where there was a button while I was fighting this boss monster, and I didn't know what that button did, except for this crane was moving around that carried a cargo box, and I didn't know it was going to come back and hit me off of a platform. So using trial and error, that creature was knocked off by that cargo container. Yay, after many attempts of frustration. So the game, like I said, does provide immersion. There's tons of immersion, guys, but there are some linear game design in here that took me out of that. But when it comes to immersion, the graphics and the detail in the game is fantastic. For example, if you're going up against a chalkboard, you can see all the little scribbles and the notes that people wrote down. If you look really closely at a bag of chips on a storefront, you get to see the labels on them and what kind of chips they are, what kind of soda, candies, and the candy boxes and such like that. It's really awesome, guys. There's a lot of good effects like water effects, blood effects, gut effects. This is the best gut and gore effects I've seen in a video game. It's very highly realistic, and you can even make it look 20 times better on the PC because the graphics options are really good. You can bump it up, the fidelity, and the realism starts to pop even more. Now, the brightness, as far as brightness is concerned, there is a slight grayish hue, even though you may calibrate the game for brighter brights and darker darks. There's still an intentional grayish washout look in dark areas, and you know, didn't really like that all too much. But another aspect of the game is the user interface, and it's pretty much the same as Resident Evil 7, and that's okay but not okay, because I was kind of hoping, you know, the developers would have added their own thing, even though this was made on the Resident Evil 7 engine or the RE engine. They could have made it more refined and made it its own thing. So but for the most part, the story is okay, guys. There's a lot of replayability. It's fun, it's tense, it's exciting. I'm giving this a 7 out of 10. Not the best Resident Evil, but the best remake for a Resident Evil game. Why am I looking blank right now? I'm gonna receive some hate. Okay, that was cringy. This is Wilson signing out. 7 out of 10. I'm leaving, guys. I'm ducking. 7 out of 10. Oh, I gotta move. Peace.